AWA の YouTube をご覧の皆さん、こんにちは。本日はポッピーさんとタイタニックシンクレアさんにお越しいただきました。Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us.
How has your stay in Japan been so far?
Busy.
Busy. What did you do?
We made a second album.
Second album in Japan. It's interesting.
We finished it yesterday.
Oh wow. Can you tell us, give us a little sneak preview or?
It's very vibrant.
Very vibrant. The sound.
And very dancey. It's fun.
It's actually very exciting that you're both in Japan because a lot of the songs that you make references Japanese culture or has even Japanese words in it. Yes. And will the next album have some sort of obvious Japanese references, like Moshi Moshi, for example?
Yeah, we have a couple, I think, in the next one as well. We even have French
Oh wow. Okay.
in this one.
Yeah. Well, I
On
think
accident.
we're going a little bit too, or fast forwarding too much. I think we should talk about the latest
Yes.
album, which is Poppy Computer. Yes, that came out in October, very recently.
October 6th.
How has the writing process for this album been like?
It was very exciting. And we recorded the album with our friend Rio. And we wrote it with our friends Simon and Chris. Me and Titanic.
Yeah, that was like kind of the whole team.
Well, you wrote this in LA, and
Yeah.
then you came to Japan. Yes.
Yeah, we wanted to kind of blend like the Japanese influence with kind of the Los Angeles pop music like feeling. And so by writing it there and then recording it here, it was a nice balance.
I was gonna ask, like, how did physically being in Japan benefit the production itself?
I mean,
So you recorded it in Japan.
yeah, in Setagaya. It's full immersion, and I think a lot of Japanese records that we like, there's just such a brighter and more advanced sound than a lot of American pop music, I think. And I think that's just a result of how interesting everything is here. And everything's just a level more like advanced. And
Advanced.
so, yeah. And it just, in recording music, I think it's easier for us to be creative here because we're so used to Hollywood. And it's just so fresh and new, and it's almost like you often hear people say they want to go into a log cabin in the forest and record, and that's kind of what we decided to do, but we did it in Tokyo.
It's like you're escaping the Hollywood influence, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
You mentioned Japanese artists or Japanese music. Is there any particular artists or aspects of Japanese culture that were really inspiring to you?
I love Cornelius.
Yeah, that was kind of
Cornelius.
both of our introduction to Japanese music, other than like video games and like growing up playing video games. Yeah, Cornelius was, I think, because Beck, I believe, had like some kind of like collaboration with him or something, and
Oh yeah, see that. Yeah.
and so we were introduced to like Phantasma, and yeah, it was just mind blowing. Like I never heard anything like it. And then when Dance Dance Revolution was really popular in the United States, that was like J-pop. That was the first time I'd ever heard it, and it was just very
So you were introduced to J-pop through Dance Dance Revolution.
yeah. And so yeah, it was such a new sound, and I always liked it, but I didn't know how to make it. And so when we started writing songs together, we thought it'd be really cool to give it that kind of a texture or a sound.
It has a perfect blend, that balance. You know, it's not like you're not trying to replicate Japanese music, but
Right.
it's still there. It's nice.
Yeah, sometimes when, like especially when American pop artists, they will take influence from one culture or another, and they'll just kind of replicate it and just do it. And we try to keep elements of everything that we like and include it into almost like a cauldron.
Yeah.
A soup.
That's very interesting is because you see, like, for example, K-pop and a lot of the Japanese artists today on Top 40, they're trying really hard to sound Western, right? And I feel like K-pop, it's them perfecting the Western sound.
Right.
But then the thing about J-pop is that they try to do that, but they digest it in a different way, and it comes out weird, which makes it interesting. And then it's like the reverse version of that, of what you're doing.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, there's a great quote that Kurt Cobain said, and I've always thought it was really interesting because he said that he always wondered what it would sound like if you took the Beatles and Black Sabbath and smushed them together, and that's Nirvana. I mean, it really, when he says it, it's like, oh wow, that kind of makes sense. So for us, you know, taking, because we love just all sorts of pop music and kind of writing new songs that are influenced by all of the pop songs throughout pop music history, and then adding in little sprinkles of J-pop, and we love French music, like Air in particular is one of our favorite groups. And so I think when you put all of those influences together, that's where you get something new, or dokutoku.
Yeah, it's a tuk-tuk sound. Yeah. Which is, it's very interesting is because we're in the time where music is evolving, and with Poppy, it's so evident. It's exciting times for the music industry. In an interview, you both said that, I have the quote here, humans, we're just monkeys with big brains swiping on glowing rectangles. That was hilarious quote, yeah. Can you explain this quote?
I think it explains itself.
Right. Yeah. What do you think about humans?
That we're monkeys.
We're monkeys, yeah.
Yeah, it's, I mean, if you imagine you're an alien and you're seeing planet Earth for the first time, and all of these intelligent creatures are all just focused on a glowing, you know, square rectangle all day long, I think they would think that we're, like, obviously obsessed with it, but maybe that's like a god to us. And it's just funny to see that's how we consume all of our media now, you know, and, you know, like, that's a glowing rectangle right there too.
And also how we interact with Poppy.
Exactly. And it's just, you know, like we've talked before about, someone asked us once, like, if you didn't have the internet, would you be able to do what you do? And I think yes, you know, just before the internet there was like TV, and cable TV, and then before that, you know, magazines, newspapers, and, you know, film, and this is just the current version of how we're digesting content.
So Poppy might evolve along with our devices.
Of course, yeah.
It's very interesting. I think, you know, I'm not musically, but the concept-wise, I'm a big fan of vaporwave, and I feel like it shares some of the same similar ideologies, like a commentary, a satire on the internet age.
Yeah, we actually have kind of...
That's what I got from watching your interviews and listening to your music.
Yeah,
you know.
we... do you know Macintosh Plus?
Yes. Oh, X Plus now, right?
Yeah. That whole scene that happened was really cool because it was very nostalgic for me. And we, on this new record, we actually used a lot of kind of those vaporwave, at least like the keyboard sounds, because everything in music is kind of cyclical. So using kind of those late 80s, early 90s, very strange sounding synthesizers. We pretty much used almost exclusively for the new album, which is cool.
Yeah. The strange sound, it's so perfect, it's so fitting with everything you're doing, because I feel like people actually enjoy the Poppy experience because it makes them feel somewhat uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the music is nice to listen to, but with the visuals and everything, we're kind of put in this weird state that we've never been in with other artists and other music.
Yeah, I mean, I think when we make things, we kind of, I don't think we really try to do that, or have people feel that way, but I think when you create something and you're not even really sure what it is, it's just so much more exciting than, like, if you're writing a pop song and you just, D, A, B, G, and simple melody. Repeat it. And, there's some great songs that are like that, but I like being unsure of what I'm writing and trying to figure it out. So having an audience figure it out as well together, I think, is maybe why people are enjoying what we make.
What are some of your favorite songs off this latest album?
Poppy Computer. I love Bleach Blonde Baby.
Bleach Blonde Baby.
And Software Upgrade. And I'm Poppy.
And Poppy, yes. Will you be performing all these songs on your upcoming show?
Yes, in 2 days.
Yes, it's on Saturday, the 13th. Yes.
First performance ever in Japan.
Oh yes, so exciting.
Yeah, it's cool.
Space Odd.
Space Odd, yes. What can we expect from this show?
The Poppy Computer tour experience.
Yes. Well, you have to go to it. It's a dumb question, but yeah, you should go.
Yeah, it will be hopefully a psychedelic experience.
What else do you want to do while you're in Japan?
I would like to go shopping.
Have you walked around today? Or did you just get here?
We got here on the 30th of December.
Okay, so you've been here for a few days. Did you go to Harajuku yet?
Not this trip.
I did.
Oh, no, you did.
I got a crepe.
It's Crepe Town. Okay, well, that's very exciting. Yes. Where can our viewers follow you?
On Instagram, that Poppy.
At Poppy.
Twitter, Poppy. YouTube, Poppy. Facebook, Poppy.
Yes. So we'll post that on the description, so please check it out. And the show is coming up on Saturday. So yes, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Yes.
頑張ってね